Well, hello and welcome. As always, I'm your friendly neighborhood Dungeon Master Peter. Today with me are my horrified heroes of the night sky. Yay! So today we have a little bit of a different setup. Kyle's at the head of the table and I'm here at the computer. Hopefully I can get a little better audio for you all. So if I'm not looking directly at the TV, don't worry, I have a little screen down in the left corner. So I will be looking at the audience as well as my players as well. As always, even though Eli is there, unfortunately he will not be joining us, but he will be listening. But he is going to send us pizza in the graciousness of his heart. So yay!
Thank you, Eli!
Thank you, Eli.
And we
Thank you.
miss you.
I hate every one of you. That being said, as always, to my left is Yesley playing Core. Then we have Kyle playing Thoror. We have Sarah playing Iris, and we have Rachel playing Nanagan.
Don't forget Elliot.
Well, since Elliot's not here, I'll say Elliot for last. We have Travis on a big screen playing May I. And when Elliot shows up, she plays Leander.
Thank you.
So I guess there's no time like the present. Let's go ahead and jump into it where we last left off. Unfortunately, Leander popped 18 balloons inside a van, which a lot of candy fell out of these balloons, but also a lot of other stuff happened. One being summoning the puppet, one being lifting the van up into complete darkness and opening up a portal to another dimension.
An interdimensional portal, people. We literally went Avengers.
Which damaged the group, so everyone in this current event is at 1 HP except for Evil Core, which she is now on the dramatic high of negative
And
energy.
me, because I wasn't in the car.
Iris was in the car with Typhon, and May I was with Senguine on a motorcycle.
Yeah.
If you want to know why the players are split into different vehicles, please check out the prior episode and you'll find out why. Other than that, we're going to take it right back off from the van just landing, you guys having that small little conversation. You guys are still heading to a church from my last understanding of it.
Mm-hmm.
Before the van continues to move, does anyone want to do or say something?
Everybody okay?
As good as I can be.
Great. Everyone's alive, to the best of our knowledge. I know, Eugene.
No, that's 4. I'm on a high.
No.
Yeah, how's Eugene back there?
Leanna would just be like, he's sleeping.
Okay.
That sounds about right. It's how we left him.
So would somebody like to explain what the fuck just happened?
Leander, I guess. Unfortunately, when players aren't here on time, I have
Leander made the boo-boo, so...
Leander will say, the puppet did it.
Like, puts it in the park and grabs the back of his seat, turns around and look back there and goes, I'm sorry, what?
Alright, Dad. Leander would just like grab the puppet and go, the puppet did it. And you just see the puppet just... Without your gauntlet.
Well, the core's on.
Core.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot you have the...
Puppet has the
Puppet
hammer.
has my hammer.
Without your hammer.
Just sits there and goes,
I'm getting very bad.
we're having a conversation later. Not you, puppet. Get out of here. Yeah, you and me. Turns back around, puts it in drive. So, before he puts it in drive, kind of pokes his head out the window to look back to see if the car's there.
It's about 75 feet away. So it didn't get affected in the radius.
Sits there, just kind of puts his arm out and goes, make sure that they're good.
You know, this works so well right now because you're wearing a dad hat.
Hey, whoa.
So it's just like...
This is just my normal everyday hat that I wore when I was in college.
Okay.
So.
Funny story, my dad wears that type of hat. Same.
Well, you know, it's an Irish style hat, so.
It is. So from your perspective, you do see Leander because he is and everything. You saw the candy at first before they went into darkness. Then you do see Thoror just like sticking his head back, thinking he's looking at you guys, but then Leander just lifts up the puppet. And so you see that little interaction. Don't know what they're saying, but you see it. And then Thoror just gives a thumbs up. Typhon will go with the most like confident, like very confused on what's going on.
With the most annoyed look on his face, Sister goes, and slowly just gets like pulls himself back into the van, puts it into drive, and Sister goes, slowly puts his foot back on the gas and starts driving.
Alright, so as you guys start driving, I'm not seeing like Thoror going more than maybe 30 miles an hour in this he's big
right now, yeah.
If you want to go any faster than 30, it would have to be a check. We'll say it would be...
He's too weak right now, too.
Okay. So we used to kind of casually... who was the navigator? Nanagan will do the best to navigate up until the church. So where you guys were, it does take quite some time to get to the church because of where it's currently located. I'll go ahead and pull up a map for our viewers at home.
I don't know why I always look at the screen like he's going to pull it up for us.
I know,
always
right?
do. I always go, we're going to get a map?
Yeah, I'm going to pull it up there for a second. Season greetings.
Doesn't actually show
map.
for us, though.
It has to load first.
Luckily, I'm also watching the Twitch stream, and I can see the map.
Oh, well, good, because I can't. Oh, wait. Sorry, you can, because it's...
there it is. Look at that.
Right. So you guys started here.
Bye, Travis.
Bye, Travis, yes. I would say best bet, the portal... Luckily, we can go ahead and edit. Draw.
Old Town is there.
We're going to make a lovely red.
Ooh.
I'd say we're probably what?
I'm going to say
halfway?
the portal happened here.
Yeah, we're at about halfway.
Okay. So during your guys' travels, you end up getting there. So may I?
Did we get a table of
Senguine
contents to tell us what the letters
will
are?
probably be right here. So they can see it from a distance. Oh, actually, sorry. They would be more along this way. Because May I lives in this area.
Yeah.
They're probably, I'll say about here until they saw it. So yeah, so you guys will have to go all the way up here, around Enton's church.
Cool. So, can Thoror do like two things at once, like drive and be able to talk on a cell phone, or no?
No. Because safety. Safety's key.
Safety begins with an S.
Safety begins with me.
But you
No,
guys
it doesn't.
will, as you guys are driving, as you're kind of like making your way away from the scene, you guys have created a crowd of people, like just looking up, like trying to figure out what to pull. Some people are like bringing up kids inside and everything.
Some people are outside praying to Jesus.
Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of things happening in this one bit.
Did we ever figure out like where in the country we are?
No.
Okay.
I know where we're not.
Yeah, you can't even say it.
I know where we're not.
Michigan.
Nevada.
So as you guys are making your way, you do see a sign. Oh my god, I forgot.
We're in Ohio.
What's the name of it? Oh wait,
No,
sorry.
that'd be too many corn.
We talked.
I have my notes of what the summer camp is called.
Ooh.
I hope I have my notes.
That just looks like a lot of scrap paper.
No, this is all the trick-or-treating gifts. Oh well, I will find it later then, I guess. I used to see a sign that says blank 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 summer camp.
Cool.
So you gotta keep going. At this point, for kind of like, again, you're taking your time, people all honking. Every time you look back, you do see that giant portal. So it will take you a relatively decent amount of time to get to the church.
Ooh.
From when school ended to all that things happening in Old Town to now.
Yeah.
If I look in the mirror, do I see anything coming out of the portal?
I know.
Okay.
May I? Do you want to, since you're with Senguine, are you going to follow them to the church? Or are you still going to just hang back and do your own thing with Senguine?
Well, Senguine wanted to head to the church so that we can all be together, and May I reluctantly says okay. And so we're headed to the church.
Alright. You slowly pull up to the church, and it's a very well off church. And then it has like 2 rows of parking. So you have your left sector, you have your right sector. I don't know why you sector in this, but you do. Off to the left, you have the graveyard. Off to the right, you have a garden. And then forward is this massive church. Relatively resembles the churches back in your guys' world.
Yeah.
But amplifies to like an omega church of your guys'. It looks like they still have the same stone that was built in the first place. The same gargoyles and statues. Correct. As you pull up, there is a little like bellhop at the gate. And he's just like there.
Also
the gates
kind
are closed. And as you pull up, he goes, "Well, hello, how can I help you?"
Hi, we're here looking for a book.
We have plenty of books.
Cool, can we come in?
Are you in distress? Do you need help?
Yes.
Well, of course. He'll hit a lever, an old-timey lever, and the gates will open. He'll direct you. Just go on in, go ahead and park. Anyway, there's plenty of space. Head in and see Father. I forgot what his name was.
What's today?
Hold on, let me pull up my Google Documents.
Okay.
So I can find what his name was, because apparently every time I look for my
Pull up your
notes, they
scroll of
decided to not be here.
I can imagine the priest is saying like, hold on, let me look at my Google Docs.
What's Google
It's a
Docs?
scroll of knowing.
The scroll of infinite knowledge.
I have a dictionary. What does the dictionary say?
Somehow has a legendary magic item.
The dictionary of knowing. So please hold.
Oh no, it's the grammar Nazi.
Oh, here we go. Oh yeah, Father Norris. That's he would say, go ahead and says, go inside the church and meet Father Norris.
How do you spell that? Just to make sure.
Noris.
Okay, it was.
Oh, I double R'd it, but that's okay.
What was it?
I said I double R'd it, but that's okay.
That's
'Cause
fine.
I spelled it like Miss Norris from Harry Potter.
I literally just
That's fine.
random names.
So long as I can pronounce it, like,
Yeah.
that's all that matters.
So Thoror's gonna sit there and go, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Pull in, find the closest parking spot possible.
So I would assume you're just gonna try to just like go in and plop, park it, like not even like try to park it.
Like closest to the church or closest to the gate?
Closest parking spot to the church.
Okay.
Okay.
Which do you know what a parking spot is?
I mean, we parked in one.
I'm just making sure that he was paying attention.
Yes, he was like studying everything. He's in there going,
Alright, so you do your best to
thing.
park and everything. You get a little outside the lines, but whatever, you're not a perfectionist in this case. And then Typhon will park like 3 cars away from you guys. Make sure his unlucky doesn't get damaged. And then, so as you guys are getting out, kind of like discussing a little bit, we'll say that Senguine and May I arrive as well. Senguine will park in the back row, so it is a good distance away from your car as well, or Eugene's van as well. So what do you guys do from this point?
Okay, well, we're gonna.
Is evil core still on like that high?
Oh yeah, she's still in. She hasn't unbuckled, and she's just like,
Unbuckle her, throw her in the freaking church right now.
Okay.
Iris is just gonna walk over and be like, so what happened?
We'll talk
to
about that
y'all?
later. Grab the evil core and throw her in the church, and throw her in the church right now.
So I will go to the door and I go to Evil Core and I try to unbuckle her seatbelt. Does she fight back?
no.
No. Then I look at her and I go, I know that you're having fun right now. Do you know where you're at?
Heaven.
Close
Awesome.
enough.
You want to make a trip with me?
No.
You sure? Something fun.
More danger?
Possibly.
I mean, I'm hanging out with you guys. Yes.
I mean, we've given you lots of danger so far, yeah?
Oh my god.
Awesome. You want to come with me?
Deep dark cave.
Yeah. This is the only body knew at all.
Okay. Follow me.
Okay.
We're gonna just walk towards the door. I'm going to try to find Father Norris, hopefully,
Okay.
at the door. Hopefully if she follows me, I'm hoping she just like is too high to notice where we're heading into.
Yeah, alright. So Nanagan's taking Evil Core over to the church.
I'm following because
Following.
I'm looking
follow
for
me.
Father.
Follow.
Leander will get out. Oh, we'll keep Leander there for now until Elliot shows up.
Let Leander deal with this.
Yeah,
He's got the
Senguine-
puppet still, right?
Yeah, Senguine will kick back. May I? What are you gonna do? Yeah, I'm
Can't
here.
hear you.
I was like, is he gonna remember to unmute himself?
Well, we're gonna mark it.
I knew this was coming. I was about to say, are we keeping tally here?
We're gonna keep tally. This session we're gonna
May
keep
I
tally.
would like to commit suicide. No.
The moment you try it, your weapon turns into butter.
Well, the puppet has
Don't
my
let
weapon.
Core see it.
So May I's gonna head to the church. There is a hesitancy to go, but he eventually makes his way.
Okay. Senguine will kind of give you a little pat on the back saying, you know, everything's okay, you can do it. He's going to hang out with Leander and just kind of like watch the cars for now. In case something goes south, you guys are ready to book it out of the church.
Yeah.
Is Typhon coming with us?
Yeah, Typhon will accompany you guys as well. As you guys make your way to the church door, so I'm going to get there first. Creepily and eerily, the moment you go to knock, the doors open, and you see a very elderly gentleman with like some glasses on and everything, gray hair and everything. He goes, "Well, hello, my child.
Hello, I'm looking for a Father Norris.
That would be I."
Awesome. I'm hoping you can help. I have a friend here. Thor, go ahead and say hi to Father Norris.
Hi.
He's gonna help us have fun. Then I'm gonna look at him. I'm gonna go. She's not really my friend.
Oh no, I can see great sin in most of you.
What
Awesome.
about me, Father?
He turns his head over to that line of people walking up. Mating great sins.
And I'm gonna say, I was informed that you might have a book that could help me and my friend.
We do have the holy text if sinners are willing to repent.
And what if some of them are not willing?
Well, we do have programs that will eventually get them to. But if you choose not to repent, we will still offer the best of our assistance. So we do not turn those who need help or do not need help away.
Are you well versed in demonology?
There.
And
Oh, do we have a present for you, boss?
And what's that?
Kind of just takes a few steps forward, pats Core on the back, and goes,
Oh, this church hasn't experienced a demon in many of years.
So she's being very tame right now. She's
Just had a little too much jiggle juice.
she has ingested a lot of evil in the past couple of moments.
Oh my! What happened?
just kind of points at the portal.
Oh!
So we're hoping that you might have something that can help us before she gets her senses back.
You can lock her up in the cellar.
Would that hold her, do you think?
It's one way to find out. Follow me to the cellar.
We got everything to gain and,
And I'm just-
nothing to lose.
And then so he's gonna turn around and walk. I'm gonna look at Cora and I'm gonna go, remember how I promised you some really fun in a deep dark hole?
Yeah.
Let's go to that deep dark hole.
Alright.
Oh my god!
What?
I missed that.
You know exactly what you just did.
I'm so glad I missed it.
It's your deep dark hole. Alright, so who's gonna follow Nanagan, the father, and Evil Core to the deep dark hole, aka the cellar?
Alright, you coming with?
I might as well. I'm the only one here who can cast anything of use anyways.
I'll do research on the first floor.
Alright. So as you guys get in, it's like a very lovely and grand type church. The stains on the, I think they're called stains, yeah? The glass stains?
Stained glass
Yes,
windows.
glass stains.
It's stained glass, I think. I don't know why I want stains to be
Oh, yeah.
It's very beautiful, very timely to your guys' period, not to this period. The pews, unfortunately, are to this period because they haven't kept the old ones. So it's a very nice mix between your time period and this time period.
Okay.
There's an office when you first step in the bottom left corner. There's some more rooms here and there. It looks like there's a balcony up top as well. But he'll lead you to like the middle left wall, and he'll open it with a key, and he'll take you guys down a flight of stairs, kind of like around. Gives you a similarity of like kind of a dungeon-esque. But you can see that there's several different doors. Just have some windows in them. As you peek in, it just looks like stock rooms of either like props for like theatrical plays that the church may hold on, or donations. Yeah. So nothing of importance really in these rooms.
Yeah.
You see until you get to like the far end of the corridor, and you see two double doors.
Yeah.
He will unlock one of the doors and open it, and he'll say, "Well, you can tie her up inside."
All right. Core, looks like we're gonna be doing some bondage.
Just a strip.
Whoa!
No,
whoa.
hey! If everything comes off, you'll get your gauntlet.
He's gonna just kind of turn around, keeping his back to it. Continue.
So you guys went inside the room.
No, I didn't.
So you went inside the room.
I went inside the room with her because
Right.
he said tie her up. So.
Alright, so it's as you go into the room, it's literally a cellar of wine. There's probably a half
Oh.
dozen or so
I already know what's gonna happen.
barrels of wine in here, along with some actual like bottles and everything. It looks like a very nice wine cellar.
Look, Core, they're prepared. They knew we were coming. They got your favorite beverage.
Should grab some wine. It's like
Just
straight
keeping
up.
her happy at this
It's
point. So I
actually
can...
like chug the wine.
Spirituals, just grapes.
So where are we gonna tie me up?
Is there a cross in there?
I can make one.
Ooh, no.
I mean, he said you can tie her up in there. I'm
Has his
assuming.
back to the door. And it's just like.
I assume there's something in there to tie her up. He put me to this room and said that there was. He said, go ahead and tie her up in here. I'm assuming there's something in there to tie.
Go ahead and investigate.
None of these treated me very well.
Use the green
I did. 6.
You know what?
Wait,
I got a 6 too.
Do I get anything for that one?
Roll percentile. See if you get a 6.
Not in there
If
though.
we get one more 6.
A percentile?
Nope.
I said percentile.
Hold on.
Oh no,
Hold
investigation.
on.
Sorry.
Investigation.
A D20,
I get it's 8. I get a +2.
Okay. Roll a D20.
Which one? Big guy?
Okay.
4!
Alright.
Plus what?
Okay.
Nothing!
I said as you
I got a 15.
as you kind of investigate, and well, actually, let's go ahead. Iris and May I go ahead and roll a D20, just to see what number you get.
'Cause I don't even have my eyes in the room. My back's to
You
it.
got a
so-
4.
I got a 17.
Okay.
There we go!
Oh, relatively okay.
Plus-
At least you got 64. You find some like loose like rope and everything that you use to like kind of like hold the barrels in place and like make them together. So she doesn't resist if you go and tie her up.
Well, she's not burning yet.
It occurs to me now that I haven't insight checked Father Norris not one time before following him anywhere.
I know, right? Isn't that great?
It occurs to me now.
Thoror is
Go
way-
ahead and make me an athletics check.
Yeah, not bad. I saw that coming. I saw something coming. Because I
Yeah,
just
tie her
it literally
up.
did
You
just
gotta
hit me. I'm
know
like, I
how
just
good
followed
of a
him
job
right
you're
up in
gonna
these
do.
places. Look. Maya's the smart one around here, okay? 18. Wait, I get stuff for athletics. Hold on. Athletics. Okay, that's a +5 because it was the proficiency that I picked, I believe. Yeah. Oh, yes, athletics. That was my proficiency that I picked. Yeah. Hey. So 18 plus 5. 18.
All right.
Just once.
So as Cole will say, it's half naked at this point.
She still got the gauntlet on.
What?
She's still
got
got.
on.
Ah!
I tried for you.
As you go and to tie up her hand, she goes and hugs you, and tries to tie you up with her rope. But fails. So you're able to push her off if you choose to, or to take control of the grapple. What do you do?
If I try to grapple her, can I also try to find my sword that no one ever took back?
If you're trying to take it from her, it would be another check.
You're gonna have to knock her out. If you're gonna do that, you're gonna have to knock her out.
Well, because grappling her won't really help if I can't tie her up once I'm grappling her, because I have to hold her.
Well, it would just be another check, but slightly with disadvantage. Or I'll just increase the DC a little bit.
I guess I'll just push her away at this point. I don't want to... Grappling her won't do me any good.
Alright, so as you push her away, Thor, you can hear some scuffling coming from inside.
You good in there?
Looks like she's not as into bondage as she thought she was.
We can use some more hands.
Yeah, you're not getting these hands.
You ain't getting this gauntlet.
Yeah, I figured I wasn't.
So, tie you up?
No, that was never the plan.
I should keep drinking wine then. She'll sit down in a corner and just get 2 bottles and just double chug them.
She'll fall asleep eventually.
Yeah.
I don't think she will. I hope so, but I don't think she will. Wait, if she stripped most of the stuff off, did she just leave the sword on?
Just the top part.
I was like, it's got to be something. It's got to be on the floor. Alright, there's no point in asking her to stay, because she'll just say yes and not do it.
Get out now.
Is that her?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I'm just making sure there wasn't another voice somewhere.
Locking the door and hoping for the best.
Locking the door, you say. Okay. He
Nah.
closes it and then locks it.
Well, I tried.
You're out there with him. You could ask him why he did that.
Can you please let my friend out?
Not until she repents. And he starts to walk away.
You might as well just repent.
What am I repenting for?
Yeah, what is she repenting for?
Yeah, it's great sending her.
I'm sorry.
Hey, she can't repent if you walk away.
There's holy juice in there. She'll find a way.
Wine.
Just,
I mean, I'll drink,
you
but...
see him walk all the way up.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how screwed are you in there?
I've got alcohol.
And
So...
you got a cuddle buddy.
Yeah. I guess I'm pretty much okay.
Alright, I'm gonna go upstairs.
Alright. So
She's just way upstairs.
I'm just gonna hang out and see if she actually does get any kind of drunk, and then if I see her getting tipsy, I'm gonna try for the grapple again.
okay. So we'll go with May I and Iris. What exactly are you guys doing up here while that is occurring down below?
Just searching.
What
See
are you-
if I can find any hint towards whatever book we're looking for.
Alright, an investigation. And May I, what are you gonna do? That's 2 times.
This is going to turn into a drinking game episode.
Yeah, it is.
May I is going to be sort of keeping his distance, and he's just not. He's not really in the mood to be talking, so she's sort of in the corner. When I got transformed into my human form, did my scar on my arm come with as well?
It looks more like a burn instead of a scar.
Okay, but something sort of transferred over.
Correct.
Don't let
Okay.
Leander hear that.
Leander doesn't.
Leander didn't get his.
So so he just sort of goes into a corner of the room, sort of sits down, Was he wearing a jacket at the start of the day? I don't know if he was or not.
I'll leave that
Like
up
a
to you.
leather. Yeah, I think he's one of those that like would wear one of those like BA like leather jackets with his metal outfit.
Okay.
He'll take it off and he'll just sort of look at his scar. He'll be doing that during the duration for now.
I'm gonna need you to commission some May I artwork with his
Alright.
blue mohawk and his leather jacket.
So Iris, what did you get?
17.
All right. So how far do you want to go into this church? As in, are you wanting to go to like doors that are locked, or just anywhere that's like a common area?
Anywhere that has an unlocked door that I could peek into, or the common space.
Okay. So that's very open. There are some people in there, as you guys saw when you guys came in. There's some people praying. There's some people talking to fathers or other priests inside of like that little booth. You get to a door, and as you open it, you get to their vast library. The library looks very old-timey, as it is. It even still has some of those wooden tables and some of those wooden desks that it used to write scripts on. It looks like this library has not been changed. As in, they kind of modified it a little bit to hold modern day books, but they still have some books of the olden days.
They've got the Old Testament.
Okay. Can I go towards the area that has the older books?
Yeah. So as you're going like further into the library, the older books, or the most sacred books, are actually locked up behind a gate.
This isn't Hogwarts. There's no forbidden section.
Every library has a forbidden section. You just gotta find it.
This is true.
Can Thoror send a message during all this?
We'll give Iris time, and then once I wrap something, you can send a message.
I want to see if there's can I inspect the lock to see if there's an easy way to pick it?
Sure. Perception.
13.
As you're looking at it, it looks like a lock you have never seen before.
Damn it.
For you guys, it's a modern day lock.
Damn it.
It's got tumblers.
Cool. I'm intrigued by this area though. Can I see into, because it's gated, so I can see into it.
Yeah, it has very what you use to style books and scrolls and everything.
Yeah.
They're kind of categorized as books here, scrolls here, maps and whatnot.
Is there anything that would stick out to me?
Perception check once more.
That was terrible. It's gonna be a 6.
Unfortunately, nothing that really pops out. This section doesn't really get much light, so except for like candles, you do see old-timey like candle holders around. Those have yet to be lit, so you're kind of dealing with darkness and dust at the current moment.
Fine. That sucks. What do I want to do? Hello.
Can make it over there?
Yeah, I'm fine. Okay, can I just explore kind of the library part of it? See if I can find maybe someone dropped a key.
It's like a quest.
Or maybe I can find someone who has what looks like keys and try and steal them.
All right, investigation.
Stealing from the church, you sinful heathen.
I'm a tiefling, what'd you expect?
Exactly that.
20.
All
Dirty
right.
20.
You're technically a human.
Oh, you remember to unmute yourself for that.
Damn it.
There's a human.
Well, if it's a pizza, let me know because I gotta go get it. Oh, no, that's definitely not the pizza because they wouldn't try to open the door.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. I was like,
It's
well.
my human
Oh, you're human.
and my brother.
And your brother.
And McDonald's.
And McDonald's.
All for them.
Ah. I'm so hungry, guys. I didn't eat today.
The McFlurries. Hello.
Hello.
This is
Oh,
my brother.
How's it going?
Jojo.
Good, so?
That's all your stuff. That's not mine.
Senguine sends his regards.
Okay, Senguine.
What did you say?
He says Senguine sends his regards. You're more than welcome to eat in the room right over there. You can just turn on the light.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome. I'll go ahead and do that for you. Yeah, I mean, I have headphones so you can plug them into the
Light.
I know, so I was like that.
Oh, you know, get your AirPods. Don't throw it, don't throw it, don't throw it, don't throw it. I do not suck.
Alright, so we'll say that, we'll wrap up, and then Thoror, you can send your message.
I'm sorry, say again?
I said you can go ahead and send your message. if you
Awesome. So he's gonna cast message because again he's like, it's so fun. I can just do it
Think it.
magically. So he's gonna cast message and send it to everyone saying, so Father Norris wants us to A, repent, and B, just locked Nanagan in the cellar with Evil Core.
The pizza said it was delivered.
No. Alright, so everyone will get that. So even Nanagan will get that because you sent it
Yeah.
to everyone.
Yeah, I just want to make sure everyone gets it.
Alright, so Leander, as you're outside with the trunk popped open, with all your candies, the puppet, and Eugene, you guys did arrive at the church. So you guys are just waiting out there. Your phone vibrates, and you get that text message. What are you guys going to do with that information?
I'm gonna look at it and go, yep, that about sums it up.
Iris is just gonna be like, I'm disappointed in all of them.
What was the message? Sorry.
I said, Father Norris wants us to repent and has locked Nanagan and Core in the cellar. Also, you have the puppet in your grasp in the van.
Just chilling next to Eugene. Anything?
I mean, I'm
Yeah,
in
you're
this,
locked up.
I mean,
just
so like,
with the
if,
two.
unless she looks kind of drunk.
Not yet.
Man.
Leander says he doesn't know how to repent.
Wait, does he text that back?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're the only one that's gonna get it because it's not a text. You've got to start group texting,
No,
man.
that was a group text.
That
So
was.
Well, he sent it through message though, so wouldn't he be the only one that receives the answer?
It would just be a different number.
Oh,
So yeah, so his phone and the message spell has two different numbers.
so I would get that response of him saying, "I don't know how to repent."
Correct, since he masked.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, for this case, it's a little bit different than what the spell actually does, but since he wanted everyone to get it, so he took a little bit more time and concentrated on it.
Cool.
Yeah. So he's still right outside the door. He just concentrated.
I just want to make sure I have the scope of it, since we're using the spell through the phones, and obviously the spell allows you to reply once. But since it's going through the phones,
It pretty much uses it as a group chat.
yeah, so I can respond.
Yeah, everyone can
Cool.
respond.
At that point, I'm just gonna be like, it's something about asking for forgiveness for doing bad things.
At this point, Thoror's just, he's walking upstairs. He's like, okay, well, you're good in here.
Leander texts back, I'm an angel.
Iris is like, well, this is awkward.
I'm just gonna be like, I thought you were a lion.
Oh, I'm so confused now.
So when Thoror gets upstairs,
Ah, pizza!
Pizza!
I'll be back. You guys roleplay.
awesome. So he's gonna make his way. I'm gonna communicate with you to figure out where you're at.
10-4.
Go over to you. So I'm guessing you're still in the library.
Yeah, I was gonna searchy
So
around.
he's gonna go to the library to meet up with you and be like, all right, what did you find?
All the books that kind of look familiar to us are back there, but it's with a lock and I can't pick it.
Thoror's gonna kind of make his way over there, look at, like, see if he can see through there to see anything.
Wait, did
What do
he
you want
order
me to
all of
roll?
us our own pizza?
What? You continue. What was that?
I'm
Looks
now
like it.
doing what she did for looking through the bars to see if I can see anything. What do you want me to roll?
Oh, you got to the church?
He went to the library to
Okay,
talk
I went
to
to the library.
Alright,
He
we
was
did
in
go
the
back
church.
upstairs. You did see Father Norris just kind of talking to Typhon. And not just making his way. He's just there.
Yeah.
So we'll say if you did go back upstairs, you dramatically skipped him.
Yeah, I'm just kind of like, whatever. We'll get to this.
And whatnot.
Thank you, Senguine.
Thank
You're
you,
the
Zach.
best.
Love you.
Investigation.
Investigation, cool.
I smell that dirty pineapple.
Ew.
You're welcome, guys.
Oh, it's Senguine. It's Eli. Hi.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're
Damn
welcome.
is he?
Eat it well. I tried to get as close to what you guys said you liked as possible. So.
You did
You're
order us
the
our own
best.
pizzas. You're the best.
Oh my god.
So I found,
Okay, I gotta
out
get back
just
to
as much
working
as she
now.
did, so.
What was that saying one? We missed
Oh,
that
he's
last
gone.
one. Oh, bye bye.
Goodbye.
Oh, I just said that I need to get back to work now.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Thank you,
bye.
Senguine.
Thanks.
Love you.
But I found out just as much as she did.
Okay, so yeah, same information then.
Wait, what did you roll?
I rolled a 5. She
Oh,
rolled a 6.
I'm
or
keeping
a
track of
7,
the
I forgot what it was.
sixes, just because for funsies.
Which one was that one?
Enjoy the video. I will.
That's
I'll
ours.
decide on what we're gonna eat.
Okay, so I'm basically just gonna help her in trying to find a way to get in.
Okay.
Actually, no. I'm gonna go talk to the father.
Yeah, are you gonna go with him? To talk to your father?
Sure. Since I haven't talked to him yet.
Okay. As you guys go there, I mean, he's just kind of talking to Typhon and some other people around. You approach him. And?
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if you had more to add to that. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm basically gonna wait for him and Typhon to just kind of end their thing because I don't want to be rude.
Alright.
You know, manners.
They'll eventually end their thing, and then Typhon will see you kind of waiting, and he'll gesture to Father Norris to go and talk to you. And Father will walk up and like, "Can I help you?"
Thor's gonna be like, so we are here for a couple things. One, trying to get the demon out.
Mm-hmm.
2, we need. It's in a book. We're looking for a song of the dead and the song of the living.
His posture changes and kind of goes,
I know you're very much, resilient in helping us right now. I get it. We're complete strangers. We're all of questionable backgrounds. But to be completely honest with you, we just want to go home. That's all we want.
Where would home be?
Not in this world. Because you see, everything around us, not everything, in this church, we look around, we see things.
Let's step into my office and have this conversation.
Alright, he's gonna gesture to Iris and be like, let's
You
go.
learned nothing from me.
Iris wants to vibe check him.
Go for it.
Thoro is way too tired too. He's like, I'm.
And it's only about like 6:30.
Well, he's.
Were you guys
Hey, no, we've
Nat
been
20!
What is the vibe checking doing? Like,
I want to see if he shifty character or not, if we can trust him,
If he has hidden motives.
if he has hidden motives.
So I'll keep that 20 for the conversation wise. Right now, there's nothing really to check. Just because of your interaction with him, it has been very limited up to this point. But if anything during the conversation that you want to question, let me know, and then we'll go from there. So as you two, because there's no one really. May do you join the conversation in the office, or are you still gonna chill there at the wherever you're at?
in the corner.
I know nothing about what their conversations are about, so I'm still by myself.
Okay.
I'm gonna grab a beer real quick, sorry. I ran out.
Right.
But you can continue and I will hear it.
Alright, so as you guys step into his office, he will sit down in his chair and gestures for you both to sit down in the two respective chairs in front of him.
Thoror's gonna look at it and then he just kind of wants to see it, knowing what just happened. He just kind of looks at it to see if there's anything like suspicious about the chair first. Just like first glance, sit there and look at it, like
Thinks
make
it's
sure
a
it doesn't
mimic.
have like handcuffs or something. You know?
It looks like a normal chair.
He's gonna sit.
I'm just right.
He's gonna pop.
Iris is
spot.
just gonna sit.
Okay.
This is critical role. What is it about the chair?
As you guys sit, he'll obviously he makes sure the door was closed, so I'm assuming when you guys close it,
Oh yeah, I would have.
he'll pull something out of his drawer, and it looks like some contact holders, and he'll take his two contacts out, and when you look at him, you can tell he is completely blind.
Ah. Well, that's interesting.
Very.
Wouldn't have guessed. You're very good at that.
Well, it's been a very common practice amongst this church. Whoever runs it moves their eyesight to gain a little special gift.
What gift is it? What gift is that?
You can say, "I can see your sins."
Yeah, I got one or two.
Oh, you got a mountain full, son.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Your party does.
Leander's an angel.
Leander's a whore. I'm kidding. We don't actually know much about Leander.
Not many people know much about me.
So, how did you come about this knowledge of said book?
We are trying to get rid of a demon, the demon that you've seen, because the body belongs to somebody else.
Okay.
One of our friends. That we're trying to get back. Because there was an incident. She's dead. We're trying to get her back so that way we can all go home together. We were told that if we bring the book of the living, or sorry, the song of the living, the song of the dead, to somebody that we've already met, that she will be able to help us.
I turned a lady young, an old lady, into a young lady by giving her caramel, and she said we could get this information here.
Here in a month.
What may that be?
I don't know her name. We never got her name.
Yeah, we did.
We
Yes,
did.
Mm-hmm. Go into the bookshop. I'm not there. I can't
for
help
some
you, I'm sorry.
reason, do not have it written down.
If one of you guys want to tell her?
I don't know.
I mean, I'm not physically
That's
there.
fine. You can
It's
tell us
Romdale.
later.
Ramadul.
Oh, yeah. Her name's Ramadul.
Write it down.
Very surprised she would give up that information so easily.
Well, I did transform her from an old lady into a young woman. So.
She was very prideful of her beauty back in the day.
She's very beautiful.
Yeah.
Sorry, father. Sorry, father.
No, she often used that beauty to get her way. So I'm pretty sure she used you more than you used her.
I'd say it was a 50-50.
That's how they all see it.
He's just gonna kind of like make sure everything's still kind of like in good working order. He's just kind of like looking down. Going, all right, little Jimmy's still there. Yeah, no, okay.
So what, if I may tell, is your exact desire for going home, or for even releasing the demon, or actually releasing the demon from your friend?
Well, we've got a way to seal the demon.
With the song, I'm assuming.
Come on.
She didn't tell us exactly how it was, but it was, with these things that she would be able to take the demon out of her, put it into the jar, and then use the other song to somewhat help us bring her back, but we need another person's help who I think we all know who it is. Kind of looks at Iris.
So it seems you don't have a solid plan.
It might not be solid. It's not liquid, but it's not solid.
And,
It's
will you
gas.
mind telling me who opened that portal? You so graciously pointed out.
Thoror goes to say the cat and then remembers that it's not a cat anymore. So he goes, Leander,
Who may not be.
sitting out in the van right now.
You opened the portal when?
You opened up an interdimensional portal by popping a balloon.
Oh.
So it seems like you are
Oh.
damaged or caused more
I
trouble
didn't
than
write that one
good.
down.
So please, tell me why I should help you get home, that is. What I should do is lock each and every one of you up and then expel that demon from that poor girl's body.
Because I have hopes that we can also close that portal.
And how do you manage to do that?
I'm pretty sure that sweet old lady has a way.
Man, is this the same sweet old lady that sold you the book? Or is this a different sweet old lady?
Maybe.
Son, I live in this world. I have all day. You're more eager to get home than I am.
Okay,
Actually,
so
I
we
am.
got two sweet. Well, technically one sweet old lady, one sweet smoking hot young lady now.
Well, let's see how long that. Usually magic comes as a prize, so I doubt she'll be young for long. But she will probably most likely enjoy herself.
You're not wrong.
So you want to be honest with me? You can fill me in on the whole picture. If I am to give you one of our sacredest and valuable texts.
Okay, so we have a witch who knows how to do things.
And I'm assuming she probably is in Old Town.
Maybe.
Runs a business. Runs an inn.
Yeah.
Asks you to get the blood of the innocents.
She was pretty innocent, I'm not gonna lie.
And I'm assuming you got her the blood of the innocent.
Maybe. Well, technically,
I can-
I did.
Well, and maybe I could help you.
Okay, well, I didn't.
But you acquired blood of the innocent.
Yes.
See, there we go. Being truthful is a step forward to repenting.
You're not wrong, it is.
You know what? I will help on several conditions. Because obviously you need my help more than I need yours.
However, the longer that we're here, the more damage we do. The more damage we do, the worse off it is for you.
Oh god, please don't threaten the guys.
I'm not threatening, I'm just putting out the
He's
basic
being
fact.
honest.
Yes, I'm being very honest because honesty is the first step to repenting.
It is. It is. And I appreciate you being honest with me. So I'm going to be honest with you. You ain't getting your friend back in the cellar. Neither of them. You will close that portal, finding your own way, and any more damages you cause will be taken. Well, let's just say we have ways to get you to do what we ask. Unfortunately, there is a dark side to this church, and we don't mind showing it to people not from this world.
Great, can we have 24 hours here? Well, not even 24 hours. We just need to sleep.
I know, you sleep, you get your spells back, we've read books about
Actually,
it.
it's not even that. I'm just dead tired because I just got sucked into an interdimensional portal and spat back out.
Ooh. So that means you're very low on health, you may say?
Technically, yeah.
Ah, love hearing that. What is it? You can go into the bedrooms.
I want to know his motives.
What exactly are you?
He seems sinister. I want to question this like dark side of the church.
Okay, what do you want to question? What exactly?
When you say dark side of the church, what exactly do you mean in full detail?
Well, seeing that you are quite at my mercy, I don't mind disclosing that information. Every church has a light and a dark side. Most churches just try to go for the light side. We balance the two. Which, publicly, we're a very nice church. We welcome those in. We help those in need that don't cause mayhem or destruction as they go. But if we need to get our hands dirty in the underground of society, we so will. And we will make sure that that never comes to the surface.
So what kind of dark stuff you doing?
If we need to kill you, we will. Whether you're a child or an adult or an old person like me.
I don't feel so bad about taking the blood of the innocent anymore.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, I really don't feel bad about that blood anymore.
So be it. I mean, see, we only do it in defense. We don't go out seeking stuff like that.
It's alright, because my God doesn't really care.
No. Fortunately, your God's not going to help you in this scenario.
We don't know that yet.
You can just pray to the Father and see if He will answer your call.
I could also pray to the Ancient One and see if he will. Actually, I could probably call him.
Do what you must. But if you're in need of rest, we will not turn that down. Your two friends can sleep in the cellar. You two,
Yeah, I have no intentions on letting them out yet.
you two can go ahead and sleep either in your vehicles or into the restroom. The restrooms.
I was like, out of player talk.
That's why I had to be like, yes. Rooms.
Alright, well, I think we're gonna be, well, I mean, I'm gonna head out because I need sleep, so.
Would you like to have dinner first?
No, I had lunch. I'm pretty good, actually. I really only need one meal a day. I'm pretty good.
Perfect. Well, we are cooking a nice roast, so you're more than welcome to participate, free of charge.
So you bring that down to the cellar?
No one here will disturb you as long as you don't cause any trouble.
I have zero intentions of it, so.
That's what I'm assuming you said when you first got here, too.
Actually, when we first got here,
I said a lot of things.
the first thing I said was, "What the fuck?"
That being said, he'd go ahead and put back some into context. Enjoy the church.
Get over there.
If you have any other friends at your vehicles or whatnot, you can go ahead and bring them in. Or leave them out there. You can come and go as you please.
Are you good with the demon down there? I want to make sure.
Oh,
that
yeah,
it's,
no,
it's
demon's
not going
not-
anywhere.
Demon's not going anywhere.
Okay, because that thing's been popping around like mad.
We specialize in demon control.
Oh, huh?
Well, we haven't for quite some times, but this actually land used to be very holy.
Well, you know, as long as you can handle the thing in there, that's all I care about.
I'm wondering if your friend can handle the thing in there, because from what I just saw, you might have a very kinky demon on your hands.
It's a lot of things.
I believe it.
It's a lot of things. It's not just kinky, but it's got a lot of things too. It's gonna just stand up, make his way out.
Just gonna put it out there. You left me down there, which means I can't sleep with her. So I'm not gonna get any rest and not get any of my junk back.
You could sleep in there.
Alright, so you will see, after quite some time, you'll see Father Norris and Iris and Thoror come out. Where are you two going to head?
Out to the van.
Alright, Thoror leaves out to the van.
I'll stay for food because I want to do some recon on the people.
Okay. And Mary, what are you gonna do? Are you still gonna hang tight?
He's gonna head up, get up, and he's gonna go to the one that Iris and Thoror have been talking to. He's gonna go to go to that person.
Okay, so I was kind of Father Norris will point you in the direction of food that's being prepared, and then after you can see that as you're heading further into the church, Mai is coming opposite direction, looking. He's heading towards Father Norris.
I'll just keep walking.
Okay, so you had to just keep like awkwardly walk past each other,
Communication is key.
and as you approach Father Norris, he goes, "Oh, well, hello."
Hi. I take it you're the head of this church.
I am Father Norris. Pleasure to meet you.
So, received a message that we need to do some sort of repentance in order to get your assistance.
That was one of the things, but I'm still going to question if I truly do need to help you and your friends. I may pray upon it or I may sleep on it. But if you do need to repent, we're more than happy to listen and help.
What does it mean to repent?
You got anything that you wish to be forgotten? Be to wipe away your slate?
Is this done in public? Is this done privately?
It can be done either public or privately. It'll be up to your choice. We can baptize you if you want in some holy water and born you anew. Or I can just listen.
All right. Let's do it.
Which one shall we do?
I'd rather do it privately.
Would you like to be baptized privately or listen or just kind of vent?
I'm gonna hold on to my.
I don't know what baptizing means.
It's a process where we clean one soul. We get out all the gunk and evil and sinful things you have done and kind of give you a fresh slate. It only works if you are willing to truly forgive yourself.
Sure, that sounds fun.
Alright. Meet me back here in an hour and I'll go ahead and get everything ready and set up for you.
Do you know where we can get some food?
Oh yes, if you follow your friend right there, she's heading directly to the kitchen and you're able to eat inside there.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I'll see you in 1 hour.
And I go off to get food.
Alright, Thoror. You're heading to the van?
Yeah.
Alright, so as you're heading to the van, you see Senguine and just like kind of at the trunk, just talking inward to Leander. They're just chit-chatting just about whatever, and as you make your way, you do see still Eugene extremely pale. Little blood spots, actually a lot of blood in the trunk. Along with...
Is he bleeding anymore, or is he not?
It looks like it stopped for now. But Leander just has like a big pouch of candy. Oh, actually, you probably clean up so you won't be able to... The candy is but the puppet is still just kind of like sitting there, having an arm on Eugene's head. Just kind of look like he's like...
He's just gonna get in the front seat, lock the door, just kind of sit the seat back, and just kind of sit there and just like try to fall asleep.
As you do that, you can hear like wood like cracking noises coming closer and closer to you.
What do you want, puppet?
He lifts up. Do you have a hat on or something?
Nope.
He just looks at you.
I am really concerned by what this means. What do you want? I'm not touching you. unless no. Unless you're giving me my hammer back, I ain't touching nothing. Nothing about you.
What?
I'm so confused.
It's great.
I'm
Charades
so
is not our game.
No.
He would just leave you and crawl back to Eugene and Leander.
It's gonna go back to trying to fall asleep.
Alright, so Leander, are you gonna do anything with sitting and relaxing in a pool of blood and Eugene and Candy and all that fun stuff?
No, he's gonna go inside.
You
But
can
he's
take
gonna bring Eugene with him because he feels bad because that boy needs some food or some good sleep somewhere else.
Alright. So you'll carry
bathroom?
Eugene inside. Do you take a puppet with you or you just
Yeah.
Okay. You put a puppet in your backpack
No, he just takes the little strings and puts them on his little pouch.
and he just
Yep.
Oh
goes
my
along with the ride.
God.
Alright. So you get to the front and some of the people who work there will see Eugene and just like go, oh my god, what happened?
A lot of things that I wish didn't happen.
Oh my god, come with us, bring him to the med bay.
He helps
Among
him.
Us?
Yeah. Right.
The infirmary?
Yeah, that one.
He takes.
What is this, Among
He
Us?
goes and follows. He goes and
That's what
follows
Sarah
him with
just
it.
said.
Alright, so you go and it's very relatively nice med bay. I'm gonna still call it med bay.
Infirmary?
No, I want to call it med bay now.
Starship Enterprise?
Yes. A lot of modern technology is in here. Same with some little old stuff.
We have a holographic doctor who's slightly balding.
Absolutely.
Go ahead, roll.
Wow,
Go
the
ahead,
70s and 80s are weird,
And then
man.
they'll just kind of go, okay, what caused it? Why is he so pale?
They took a lot of blood from him.
Who?
I won't say names.
My God. And they start to like undress him, but then they realize the cut on his shirt. Assuming you guys didn't remove his shirt.
I cut him on his arm.
Oh, the arm? No, I
A
thought
place that was
Sorry.
easily I could
say.
find like with a hand when you get the blood it flows really freely and then you can staunch it.
So you see the cut on the hand and go, oh my
I'm
God.
not a monster.
And who did the cut on the side?
I honestly just got here when he was like this.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
remember what that was from.
So they'll
He stabbed himself, didn't he?
No.
so they'll go ahead and
Oh,
patch him
no.
up and do you know his blood type?
I don't.
Do you know his parents?
No.
Do you know anything about him?
His name's Eugene and he came out of the closet.
You have
Okay,
to tell that
well-
to a church person.
Not
Alright.
in that way, church
We're all
people.
going to
He
hell.
was scared, and so we get him out of the closet. In a nice, like, where
Like
your
a literal
friends way.
closet.
A literal closet. Somebody was bullying him. We were trying to help him.
They look very confused. They don't know what to say. Like, we'll take care of the closet boy. You go get some
I need
food.
sleep.
Go get some food to sleep.
He goes and starts wandering around.
Alright, yeah, I will say you eventually find Iris and May I in the kitchen. They're eating some food. It's nice, a little kind of like buffet style. They just cook the food, and you do some homeless people at there as well. The kitchen, you can come into the kitchen and get the food, or they can serve you from a window to the back court, or the backyard. Whether you do so, it's up to you.
He's going in.
Yeah, I'm gonna go in the
Okay.
kitchen.
I will say you three grab your plates, and to make it convenient, we'll say that you guys find a table outside and just start eating to each other. Farther north, we'll get two plates, and we'll let you know he'll bring them to your friends in the cellar.
Oh good, I am
You
getting
will
fed. Awesome.
Go down there.
I can erase that
And
question.
Core is getting drunker and drunker at the very moment.
She's getting drunker and drunker?
Mm-hmm.
I said when she got really drunk I was gonna try to grapple her again.
Yep.
Don't really know if that's really gonna be a good idea anymore though. Is this before or after I get fed?
Before.
I thought these were Kit Kats.
Ugh. I don't want to grapple anymore. I don't want to get drunk. I thought a lot about this and now I'm just like, this is not what I want to do anymore.
You just want her to just pass out?
No, I don't want. I don't want to call you Core.
You can call me whatever you want.
Do you have a preferred name
Hmm.
that I can pronounce?
Oh, let me. Nope.
All right.
I got it. Call me Core.
For a second, I thought I was gonna think of like the most white ass name in the world.
So I'm gonna call you
can
Nope.
call me Barbara.
If that's what you want, I mean, this body is nope. After I get done with it. Or it can be a yep to some.
It's a shame. I definitely remember you telling my friend Leander you were gonna help him get his friend back. He has that weird mark on his arm now.
Yes.
Was that a lie?
Yes.
Does that mean that the mark does not go through? It means nothing? It's randomly placed?
Yes.
Can I insight check that?
Yes.
I don't feel like I need to, but I'm going to. 17.
You're talking to a drunk person.
Talking to a drunk person, alright. I didn't think that even legitimately get drunk. I can't talk right now. It's
The
okay.
demon may not get drunk, but the body still gets drunk.
She's never had alcohol in her entire life. She's
And
like,
she already
Well-
down 3 bottles of wine.
Yeah, but would the body getting drunk affect the demon's ability to...
Don't know how that anatomy works.
You know... So, if that deal means nothing...
Gotta wipe the wine off my face. Gotta look proper. You don't know who might be sneaking in at night. You know, we wink at the judge.
I don't think anyone's gonna come down here for us anytime soon.
No, you guys are pretty fucked up people.
Right, but he said we weren't gonna go anywhere until we repented.
Oh,
Do you have anything to repent for?
we don't have years to talk about that.
Well, in that case, I'm thinking we're gonna be here for a while.
Got all this happy juice.
Indeed, we do have lots of happy juice.
Mhm.
I might join you in that in a little bit.
Oh, by all means.
Where are you from? Interesting. I've never heard of that place before.
Yeah.
How did you find Senguine? Never heard of that method before.
That's why y'all will die.
You think we're gonna die because we've never heard of the method of which you found our friend?
No, you just died because you killed each other.
It's a possibility.
I mean, you opened up a portal, gave me demon juice, cut open a child, beat some kids, roughed up some kids. You know.
Perspective's a bitch.
It is. See, that's why humans are the real evil ones. We demons, we're the pride and joy of this world. Just people can't see it.
Must be boring for you.
It was until I found this.
Really? You enjoy being in the body of a young, scrawny female child?
Have you seen this body? I can do a
You
lot
are
with this
you are a
body.
child in high school.
she is voluptuous.
Child in high school.
I can
She's
do
a
a lot
flower
with this
child,
body.
Huh?
She's a flower.
I mean, I wouldn't think so. I mean, until she aged up a little bit, in this world, you're underaged, and which means that anytime you go to do anything fun, you're gonna get stopped. What's fun?
No, it's underage. I'm not
Underage?
under any age. I'm under a ceiling.
You're too young to do any fun things in that body.
No, you do a lot of fun things in this body.
I don't think you're gonna do as many fun things as you think. Be nice to have an adult body, wouldn't it?
How old of an adult are we talking about?
Old
'Cause
enough.
This one could probably pop out 8 bodies or 8 babies. But that one, an adult could probably do 2.
Did you want to pop out babies?
Have you seen a demon baby? They're adorable! They're so cute with their horns and their little teeth and their little feet and their tail.
I mean, if you want to be a mom.
Well, who wouldn't?
Me.
Well, here, we can get you 8 babies.
I don't want to be a mom.
Well, that's your choice.
I'm just saying, there are a
This
lot of fun
conversation going
things.
anywhere. The drinking alone was a lot better.
Oh, I'm sorry. Am I not annoying enough for you? I thought
you
demons
just
liked
asking
annoying
repetitive
things.
questions. I want to drink and get laid.
Oh, you're in the wrong company for that. You should have had Thoror tie you up.
Oh, he's on my list. Have you seen that beard? Beard must mean swamp.
You know my friends are trying really hard to get home, right?
I can get him home.
Right, but they also really want core back.
Yeah, we can do that too.
What if I told you that they could have what they wanted and you could stay here and cause mayhem?
In this body? Okay.
No, they want to take core home with them.
Yeah, the spirit thing in purgatory. Yeah,
No,
we-
they
we
want
go with this.
all of core.
Give me a couple more hours and then they can have this body. Maybe. How about this? I make you a deal. You give me Thoror, I'll give you this body for 2 minutes.
2 minutes?
2 full minutes.
What am I going to do with 2 minutes?
Whatever you want. I ain't gonna judge.
I would need more than 2 minutes.
In that case, let's go to Nanagan.
Everyone's talking about defiling Hor's body.
No, that's a perspective question. I never said I'd do anything to Core's body, just that I would want it
Alright,
for
so
more
we'll
than 2
go
minutes.
to-
Oh my god!
We'll go to the dinner people.
I'm so glad Senguine is not here right now.
So the people who are actually eating dinner in the church or outside, so it'll be
sweet
May,
child.
Iris, and Leander. What do you guys want to talk about during this time? Feel freely to talk while I eat this piece of pizza.
No, you don't get to eat pizza.
No pizza for you. 1 year.
You monster.
Demon's very attached to your body,
Sorry.
Core.
Play a demon.
Dinner people, go.
Iris is gonna sit somewhere where she can sit alone.
Alright. So Leander and May, go.
This is the teenage pouting table
Right.
where we all sit and not look at each other.
Well, May doesn't really. Hasn't been in a talkative mood, so
Leander's kind of gonna look at May and be like, so brought Eugene in. They're kind of fixing him up over there.
good. Is he alright?
Seems to be alright now. I hope he gets his color back. Looks like his color's kind of gone from his cheeks.
Yeah. I think that'll happen when your blood gets drained.
Yeah. Are you okay, May I?
No?
Do you want to talk about it?
I don't know. I just. Not right now.
Alright. Well, I'm here if you need me to. I do have a question for you though. If I was outside, have you talked to the priest, pastor, whatever the heck he is?
Only a small bit. Just that if we're going to get his help, he just wants us to repent.
And is everybody willing to do that?
Have you seen most of our party?
No.
Most of them are probably not going to repent. Some of them, I mean, you saw that some of them were trying to justify, you know, the taking the blood from Eugene when he was unconscious and tried to justify their actions. So I can't speak for them, but I am speaking for myself. I'm going to be repenting.
I was thinking about it when I was talking to Senguine. I think it's the only way to get Core back. And at this point in my life, may I? Home isn't where we were, it's where your friends are. And so, without Core, I think I will forever be lost. Because she is truly my home. And so I repent 1,000 times if that meant to bring Core back.
I get the feeling. So, I mean, it can't hurt, right?
I mean, as far as I know, from humans and other people who believe in their gods, it doesn't hurt even a bit.
Never been much of a religious man.
May I? I lost faith in my God a long time ago. But seeing Cora around, she kind of always, brought back maybe there's something about it. But with her gone, I think we're all pretty much lost.
Yeah, we really fell apart once we lost Core, didn't we?
Yeah. She truly is the glue to this group.
Yeah. She is.
Sorry, guys.
Bless you.
I heard someone sneeze. Bless you.
So if you're going to repent, may I? If I didn't know you weren't going to, even if I knew you weren't going to do it, I would have done it anyway. Like I said, Core's everything.
I don't blame you. It would... Been having this thought a lot, and it's always dangerous. I think about the paths that I've gone down, and I think about the unconditional love that Core has always emitted to everything and everyone, just unconditionally. The world could use more people like that.
I agree. 100%. If I could trade my life for Core, I would. She brought me back. That's the least I can do.
Well, we're trying.
Yeah. I just wish everyone else would try harder.
Everyone's just so fragmented.
I agree. I think it really is down to the three of us, me, you, and Core. We started out together, and we've gotten this new group of friends, but we've always kind of been the three. And it's because of you, May you brought both me and Core together.
Out of sheer luck too.
I mean, you hired some strangers and became pretty good friends with them.
Yeah. If ever there was a bard that heard that story, that would be one that they would sing in many a tavern.
Wouldn't be a great story. It'd probably lose a lot of directions because of Core.
Sorry.
That's true too. Way that we would tell her to go somewhere and someone would doubt her and be like, I know where I'm going, and then walks into a wall.
She doesn't come back out of, I don't know what I'm going to do. Just thinking about all those fun memories. She has so much more to give us.
It does. What god did you used to worship?
It was long before the time of where all the other gods were formed. They just called him a Newman. He was a god of gods.
Can you out of game, can you spell that for me?
Numen.
Newman, okay. In game, Peter, would I know who Newman is?
I don't even know who he is, but history check. I don't know all the gods.
It's kind of your job as a DM.
That's a fuck ton of gods.
I thought that was D&D Beyond's job.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not great. That's a 6.
A 6?
Yeah.
Oh, there goes on the
I
counter.
didn't know your dice thing was over there, so all I saw was you throw the dice, and I'm like, okay. That's how it's going to be now.
Yeah, sure. Let me go ahead and roll this D4.
I'll say the name is slipping you. Usually it's just slipping you because you spend most of your time working and not really. The only time you would study a god is when you're building a church or building whatever for them. This is just we'll say this is a god that never came on your list.
Probably because it's a lesser known deity.
Yeah.
So, so what did this god sort of stand for?
He was the heart of the lions. He was one for power, but compassion and loyalty.
What, if I may be so bold to ask, why did you stop?
He took my family from me.
How did he do that?
So you see, I come from a clan who are nomads. They just move around, and they, like I said, they're loyal to their kind and their friends. And we've went into a war with one that was not ours, with humans. And our God didn't appreciate that, and he didn't like it. So as we died, so did our will to speak. So there are very many lions around who don't know the common tongue or even the way of man. So when my family died and the new generation came, we came in silence. They could not speak to you the way I'm speaking to you now.
Doesn't seem right.
No, it's more of a punishment of being loyal, which is why it's kind of something that made you not believe in your God when they stand for loyalty and you stand behind the backs of your friends who need you to fight a war with them and then get your speech taken from you for providing that assist that you were so meant to be. What were we supposed to do? Turn our backs on our friends?
Was it I wonder if it was supposed to be the loyalty of your kin, and maybe teaming with the humans was not appreciated.
You never know. But lions got a big heart. They care for everyone, not just one that look like them, each other.
Yeah. I'm sorry about that.
It's alright, may I? It's been years since then. Though it feels like yesterday because I look like a child.
At that point, Thoror is sleeping, Senguine is doing his thing, Iris. So as you guys are finishing up your meal and talking, Father Nora is going to come over to Mai, put his hand on your shoulder, and say, "It is time."
I'll see you later.
Father, before you go,
And he gets up.
I must tell you, I've been having a conversation with Mai, and he says that he's going to repent. And before I even talked to him, it was something I considered doing as well.
Oh.
So when you have the time,
We can do it now, if you're ready.
give me a moment. You may continue with Mai.
Well, I'll come back in 10 minutes, and then we can gather you both up. It'll give us time to prepare the repentance for two.
Understood.
And he'll walk away. Iris. But anything you and Typhon want to talk about?
That was Typhon's name.
We'll say Typhon is eating dinner with Iris, so she's not eating alone.
Is Typhon going to repent?
Typhon doesn't know what the fuck's going on.
That's why I was like, is he still here? Did he not go home?
Yeah, I was like, I guess she's just gonna turn in and be like, I'm surprised you've stayed.
Why wouldn't I?
Because this is a crazy thing that you don't really believe any of us.
Well, I did see y'all just, I guess, open up a portal, float, and all that wild stuff. I'm just making sure y'all stay safe at this point. And your parents would kill me if anything happened to you.
That phrasing, she's just gonna be like, you already did, but okay.
What?
We've had this conversation like 20 times. You're dead.
I'm very much alive, Iris. But
okay.
Do you want me to pretend to be a ghost? I can find a sheet and then poke some holes in it and then just spook you.
No.
Something more like a small.
I was like, that sounded like a pigeon, but okay.
It was like metagaming?
Ghost
Okay.
pigeon.
It's a ghost metagaming pigeon.
Yeah, there you go. That's totally what I was going for.
It's gonna be like, no, don't do that. Don't. You're just gonna look like an idiot in a church.
Well, maybe it will lighten up your spirit a little more.
Whoa.
Well, I think that's the first genuine smile I think I've seen you do all day.
Cool.
Take one from take that as a win.
Okay. She's just gonna be like, this is very strange. I don't know how to handle this. In her brain.
You say, well, do you want to stay here for the night, or do you want me to take you home?
I would rather stay with everyone.
Alright, well, I can make a call to your mom and dad, and just let them know that we'll be staying at the church.
Okay.
Alright, so I'll just go ahead and I'll go out front to the car and make the call. Don't get into any trouble.
It's me.
I know, but I say that with fullest of hearts. He'll go ahead and pat you like on the back, and then he'll proceed out. So a couple moments. Did Leander and May I want to finish talking really quick?
I'm good. If Maya wants to continue. We can go.
Alright.
No, I've said my piece.
Is Nanagan getting drunk?
She's not.
You're just watching
I mean,
bad core. do bad
assuming,
things?
I'm hoping she will pass out eventually, because otherwise I'm not getting any sleep. Because I'm not sleeping around her.
Let's see. At this point, she will eventually pass out.
Alright. At that point, I'm just gonna sit there. I'm gonna look at her, and I'm gonna tie her up with the rope, because
baby.
better safe than sorry. And then I'm just gonna look at her. I'm just gonna go.
Hard.
I did try,
Squeeze.
Core.
Go ahead and make me a athletics check for the rope. See how well you do.
What are you
Are we still
doing?
recording?
Yep.
Because he's frozen.
Oh no, Travis!
That awkward moment.
It's okay.
It's okay. He's making a funny
yeah.
face.
Okay, so
We
what
can
we'll
just
do
have that as our
is we'll go ahead and
fucking
just
thumbnail.
That's gonna be
and then what we'll go ahead and do
dirty 20.
is we'll reconnect.
I'm really glad I took athletics.
And at least we are back.
Maybe.
Easy peasy. Hopefully we can get Maya back. Thank you. Oh, that was not. There we go. Thank you for pointing that out, Thoror.
Not a problem. I saw that and I was like, he's been like that for a hot moment now.
So she's passed out. You're
Yeah.
just gonna.
So I wrapped her up. I got a dirty 20 on the athletics check.
Alright, yeah.
And I'm just gonna look down at her and be like, "I'm sorry, Core. I tried. She's not really talkable when she's drunk, I guess."
Alcohol.
Cough too.
Yeah, she coughed too. Just like. Gulp, gulp, gulp.
Not really asleep. Lovely.
I'm asleep. I mean, sorry, the body's asleep.
Yeah. I'm not sleeping.
Just tie me harder.
I'm sure you're fine.
Wiggle, wiggle, gauntlet. Wiggle, wiggle. Okay. Fine, I'll go to sleep.
See, I can't really trust that at that point, so I'm really not gonna
I tried.
sleep.
Alright. So, Father will come back to both Mai and Leander and say, "Are you both ready?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
He almost did it. Alright, so Iris, you will see that Father Norris will go to both Leander and Mai and then take them further into the garden or the backyard. Which backyard is kind of, you have, the back of the building, you have a nice little area for like picnics and whatnot. Kind of where they will hold like small little festivals or whatever. And then further back is like a maze. Not like a corn maze, but
Hedge maze?
head
Yeah.
maze. Thank
You're
you.
welcome. I just made it.
And he will
Head
bring-
mage.
and he'll bring them further into that. Do you stay or do you follow secretly?
I'm gonna secretly follow because I know like this. No like.
The fact that he said he was willing to kill you guys if necessary.
Yeah, exactly.
Do
I was
you
like
stay or do you go?
A12.
Alright. Both Leander and Mai, go ahead and roll me a perception check.
I don't have my dice.
Yeah, you do.
Oh no.
I know I need my licky ones because Peacock licked them. I don't know what this one's. I do not.
You can take some of my D20s. I had Yesley lick them before the game, and they've been doing pretty well.
Heal all my players.
17!
Alright.
I told you, lucky Peacock dice.
I 7.
Alright. So, May I won't hear it, but as you guys are walking, you can feel the presence of someone following you guys.
I wish I still had my ears. His ear can twitch.
So, that'd be up to you.
You can still twitch your ear. Like, I remember mine.
Do you acknowledge the follow or do you just keep going?
I just keep going for a little while.
Alright. As you guys go, you guys will get to pretty much a wooden shack building in what is the center of the maze. So as the following, this is a pretty intricate maze. He does bring you kind of like a little bit back and forth,
Some
everything.
Castlevania feel from
He will
this.
open up the shack and offer you guys to step in first.
He'll step in.
May I do something? Alright. And then he'll just look around. You will like a little self nudge, and then step in, and it looks like a pretty normal shack. It has some tools for gardening and everything. He will go to what is very like mechanical thing with like a little handlebar sticking out of his butt and everything, but it goes up to like you guys' stomach. So for you guys, it's a lawnmower, but for your characters, you don't know what the fuck this thing is.
What is this magical thing?
He'll pull a little wire thing on the side of it like 3 times to crank it up, and then he will kind of hit what looks like a secret compartment on the other side, and a trap door in the middle will kind of just split the room, and a set of stairs leading down into what could possibly be a cave, a dungeon, whatever.
Alright.
And then go, follow me, please.
I'll follow after him.
Alright. So as you guys get to the very bottom, we'll actually have Iris come up to still stealthily. At that point where she can kind of like peek in. Go ahead and roll me an intelligence check to memorize what he just did.
Wow. She doesn't.
We get stuck in there.
Did you get that one? Okay. Go ahead and roll me a
Yeah,
wisdom check.
Yeah, and I don't know that you're following, so I can't use my bountiful luck.
It's passed already. Damn it. I was say I have lucky. Forgot.
Another one?
No, that was close though. That'd be 13.
Okay. So, you can attempt to recreate what he does, but the confidence of it in you of doing it is extremely low. But it will close.
Confidence is charisma, so wouldn't that be a separate check?
What was that?
Confidence is charisma. It has nothing to do with anything else.
Go ahead and roll me a charisma check then.
Oh, Jesus. You just tempt and fate at this point, because like I feel like there's another one coming. I
DC
just know.
200.
I'm rolling better every time. It would be a 16.
I mean, you just.
You're confident.
You're
that
confident,
maybe you
but-
could recreate that.
I'll say you're confident you can't recreate it. Or it would just be difficult nonetheless. So your confidence isn't shaking, it's just what the machine is. You're not quite sure if it's a trap. You might need to tame it. Oh, it's a mimic.
Tame it.
Oh, whatnot. But Father Norris will lead you guys to the very bottom. And you guys kind of see like old school style torches.
But they're used to.
Great, what you guys are used to. But you only saw it because you still have a little bit of like moonlight coming in. But you're like, wait, he doesn't have anything to light. You guys want the torches and just pull it, and all the other torches down the hallway light up.
No, we're not used to.
Yeah, so there's electronic torches. That was the on switch. So you guys will proceed to continue forward for about 5-7 minutes of walking straight and it does feel like a dungeon. Mixed with a little bit cave feel.
No, are there dragons in this dungeon?
Let's see now.
Go
Oh,
to your
jeez.
fucking lord.
Let's see. What kind of dragon can we get, Core? What kind of dragon can we get?
Oh, sorry, nothing.
A really
you're gonna-
small one.
It's small.
The iguanas.
A bearded one.
Iguana.
A bearded one.
It's a bearded dragon.
In his cage.
It's literally just a dragon with a beard. And
Not even. It's probably like a gecko with like a little bit of
A goatee.
like not even. It's like it was crawling around and it got some stuff stuck to its chin. That's it.
It's a gravel tee.
So you see no dragons, but it does kind of feel like what you guys are used to eventually wise. You will get to, you can actually hear water in a waterfall up ahead. You kind of feel the fresh air hitting you guys with that lovely smell of fresh air and water as well. You guys proceed forward, and you get to this very like open underground lagoon area that Core would love this. Beautiful area. The moon is shining directly down onto
miss
the
Core
little
even more.
lagoon area. There are
Yeah.
If his
Pretty much exactly like that.
if his heart didn't hurt already, it hurts more now.
So there's the little pool, call it a pool, and then there's some stone railings on the side where different acolytes are. There's about 6 of them, 3 on each side. And then he'll go, well, if you guys are ready, he'll point over to the right, and there's little dressing rooms you guys can change into. Or would you like to be baptized in your current outfits?
I could be baptized in my current outfit.
Okay.
I'm going to change.
All right. There'll be a set of clothes right in there for you, and we'll wait for you to come on back out.
Goes off to do that.
Do you try to recreate what he did?
What do you mean?
Are you going to continue to follow? Are you going to try to follow him the whole way? Or are you just going to like, okay, they're on the ground, I'm going to turn back?
No, I'm gonna keep following.
All right, go ahead and roll me a d20. We'll see what happens.
Doesn't happen.
Yeah, it's a 4.
Lucky.
It's a 4, unfortunately.
I'm not wasting it.
At this point, would you like to take the time to kind of just like mess with it and see if you get lucky with it?
So I'm
Oh,
so
I was like, what is going on?
You just say whispers behind you.
Yeah, I was like, wait, what?
I was counting. Cause
It doesn't bother you. That's like thaumaturgy. You're used to it.
I need that alarm for 41 minutes.
Okay. I'll try for a little bit, but if I can't get it, I can't get it, and I'll just go elsewhere.
How long do you want to spend in this?
I don't know, maybe like somewhere between 5-10 minutes if I can't figure it out.
Okay, go ahead and just roll me 5d20s. Or actually, just do a percentile. We'll cut that in time, depending on your percentile, and depending on how many tries you can get.
75.
All right, I'll give you 2 more tries in the 5-10 minutes of you trying to figure out, kind of remembering the combination and everything.
One's a 15, one's a 9.
Go ahead and add your intelligence modifier to the 15.
So it would be 17.
Okay. So we'll say at the last attempt of you trying to remember what he did and everything, as the frustration happens, you just kick it on the side, which is the exact spot you needed, and the door opens. But I'll let you know when you're able to get to them.
Okay.
So for the repenters, and I respond to you back.
Mhm.
So May I will come back in this nice little like white robe and everything. Kind of like a nice little like, you know, sky white. Everything very comfy, very close. Are you frozen again?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He sure
God
is.
damn it.
Make room for Jesus. Make room for Jesus.
Okay.
That's all I can think of. It's this really weird skit. My family's really
Yeah,
weird.
Discord.
Discord.
Oh, I know.
for the
I fought that battle
win.
last night.
I don't know why it's acting up.
I want you guys to know that I got an A on my hearing
Last night we
test,
weren't even doing video. Just kept
Beautiful.
kicking me out of the loop.
There you go, man.
despite having wax in my ear.
Well, at this point, if any of you would like to join the Disco server, this is a passive 2, and you can come in and kind of get a first-person view on it. And we'll try to respond with any questions in case you don't have Twitch. We'll go ahead and go back to the stream. I guess now we have to do May I Watch. Oh, Discord Watch. So what was the last thing you heard me say, May I?
You talking to Iris, saying, "Do you want to try and take the time to mess with how the contraption works?"
Okay, so in about let's say 10 and 12 minutes, she got it. And then as you got done changing your clothes, you came out in this like you know, nice little robe type. I don't exactly know what the thing is called. What?
Is it a cloak?
Is there an official religious name
I don't
to what they
know.
wear?
A robe.
It's just a robe?
Yeah.
Could be religious vestments.
Okay, I didn't know if there was an actually official.
Vestments is a name for a religious robe. I don't know if it's the one you're wearing.
We'll call it, we'll call it a vestment.
Sure.
So as you know, it's nice, it's comfy. It's kind of like, so they're like, so may I like to go first, or will Leander like to go first?
I'll go first.
All right, follow me, sir. And it'll take you to the center. You hit the bottom of it, and it's platforms up into what the pool area is. You'll say, you won't have any shoes on. His father would take off his shoes as well. And as you're stepping on these stones, they're cold because of the water, and they're in water and everything. So you both kind of just walk through these stones and get to the staircase and on top. And he will look at you and be like, the water is cold, so be prepared for that. But what would you like to repent for?
A lot.
Well, speak freely, and there's no one here to judge you.
Some typical stuff. Lying, stealing, assassinating the people who killed my family, torturing them into a 12-hour session where I brutally slashed them, making them bleed for 12 hours and until they expired. Making a deal with the devil in order to steal and kidnap a girl with tiefling horns, leaving Hazel in Tolis behind, and no longer being there to protect her, kidnapping Eugene, going further into the dungeons, leading Typhon and Adkara to die, killed orcs who were trying to protect their tribe. I've worked as an assassin to kill people who had too much power in order to maintain a balance. Not trusting my party. Surprise attacking hooded figures that triggered a fireball that almost killed Iris and the rest of the party. And about 50 innocent people. I've killed a lot. Some I can justify. But I want to see my family again.
And with repenting will be the step to see your family once more. As long as you are truly forgiving yourself and opening your heart, our Father will cleanse you of your sins. And as long as you stay onto the right path, you will get there, my friend. Now, are you ready?
I am.
Alright. So he'll take your hand and bring you into the water. It's not that deep. We'll say it'll go up to your waist and everything. As you get further in, he will kind of move his hand on the water, and a slab of stone will kind of rise from the center, and he'll have you lay down on top of it.
I do.
He will look at you like, no matter what happens from here, do not be an alarm. Just go with it and keep your heart and mind open, and our Father will take care of it. I need a verification that you understood that. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, most people do what you did, so it's okay. You don't have to feel embarrassed or anything. Right. He will then proceed to go out of the water, and him, along with the other acolytes, will start to chant in a very old tongue. It's one that you have never heard of before. The slab of stone that you're laying on will proceed to stand itself up and rotate to go directly to where the moon is. The clouds part, and you can actually clearly see the moon. They will continue this chant over and over and over again. For Leander, as you're seeing this, you notice that Mai is staying put. Like there's nothing that is allowing him to fall off of this slab of stone. But when it came up, you realize that it's not just a slab of stone he's on. He's actually on an obelisk. I knew once I said that you would get me. Oh yeah.
Yeah, no matter what happens, man, stay calm.
As they chant that. Oh, are you ready?
Oh, yeah.
Did you drag one for both or one total?
It's for both of them.
All
At
right.
the same time.
So this will be repeated both times. The slab of stone, the obelisk will light up, and Mai won't see this, but Leander will see that a bunch of unowned type of runes start to form on it. And then a beam of light literally looks like the moon comes shining on
Just like that.
onto Mai. Mai, you feel this very unknown feeling, like it's not divine, it's not nothing you've ever felt before. It's in its own category, but it feels free. It feels welcoming, warm in a different way. Kind of like it's acknowledging your fear, but making that fear a good thing, making that fear a warm, a safe place, which would confuse you at first, but the more you're getting this beam of light shine on you, the more comforting it is. Go ahead and make me a con save. Are you trying to resist this at all, or are you just letting go and letting this happen?
Father Norris said that he's here, so I'm doing the best I can to just let it happen.
Okay. You do feel tears coming down your face. Like you're just letting everything go. You feel like everything that has happened, you take ownership of it, and it's kind of free. Like no more guilt, no more regret. That the light is accepting what you did and wants you to move past it. As that happens, you hear a voice in your head.
Alright. No. Almighty Lord.
And you might need to speak up for Travis
Alright.
and everything.
Almighty Lord, I come to you now, not for myself, but for my friends. While they repent for their sins and ask for forgiveness, I ask of you to help them to not only see, but understand their misgivings. Help them heal what has been broken and lost, and show them enlightenment. I understand, and I know that they understand, that even through repentance, it won't erase their sins, but please allow it to humble them and not only ease their hearts, but their souls as well. In your everlasting, loving grace, let your light guide them through the darkness.
You do hear that Ankor's voice.
I start to cry even more.
As that, like halfway through it, as you're kind of like looking around for Core, you do see like a figment of her in a more of a royal, like more of a churchy type gown, kind of just walking past the people chanting, like walking behind, and then like doing like a full circle around you to where the end of the prayer she'll get right in front of you and say it. You still see her, and she will ask you, do you accept his help?
I do.
Let you be free. And she'll get her thumb and kind of like hit you on head and heart. And then the stone slab that you're on will tip forward, submerging you in water for a couple of seconds and then bring you back up. And you feel rejuvenated. You feel fresh. Your HP and stats, if they were affected, are full health. You feel alive and well again. None of that weight is on you anymore.
So dumb.
Leander, make me a perception check.
Or was
May
that
I won't
rich-
see this.
20.
15. Wait, I have cards. I think I got my perception.
What'd you do with
It's a 10 now.
It's still 18.
10.
Some of these are stuck together. I gotta stop eating candy. Oh, I do have perception. It is
Don't
4. 22.
Alright, so
That's
as Mary, can back up and everything's dripping, all the water's dripping off of him. And as Father Norris will get there and kind of like reset everything, you notice that the water was clear, beautiful and everything, but now it's dark and tainted. May does not see that. He still sees the very clear and beautiful water. But you do see that it's dark and tainted. Father Norris will grab your, kind of like pick you up, let you like sit there for a little bit. How do you feel?
It's hard to describe. Lighter. There's just so much there, and just sort of feels like the weights have been sort of like taken off. Feels good.
Well, the Father has accepted you as one of his kin, in which he has offered. He pulls out a little like amulet, a religious amulet, and the symbol is of two hands, kind of just going like this, like a prayer. And says, when you're ready, you can wear it, and he will always be your guide.
May I get Eldritch Blast now?
I'll go to take it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do I know the symbol?
You have not seen this symbol before.
I sort of just clutch it into my hand. Is it like a pin? Is it a necklace?
A necklace type.
Okay. Sort of like immediately wears it and puts it on and just stares at it and then just sort of clenches it in his hand.
He has one more thing for you, but that will be back into your changing room. I think you would greatly enjoy this gift.
Thank you, Father.
You're welcome. And he'll lead you out of the little pool and off of the stone slab. And he'll gesture to you to go back to the changing room. He'll go, we'll just have you wait a little bit. He'll kind of like pull a lever to drain all the water. Ooh. Pull it back to refill it. Yeah.
So does this all take about an hour?
A little more than an hour, yeah.
Thoror wakes up in an hour, fully rested.
You had to spend your hit dice.
Short rest is only because I'm a warlock. I only need a short rest to
Oh, you
Yeah.
fancy.
back up and running like nothing happened.
Okay then.
Which is 1 hour.
All right. Well, then if that was the case, it was far past 1 hour.
Okay, well, which is fine.
Okay. We'll just say you spend most of the time talking to Senguine.
That and praying.
That and praying. Okay.
Gotta pray to that. So
You'll see that the water gets drained and everything, and then when it's get refilled with fresh spring water as well. But we'll go ahead and stop. What was that?
Have I seen any of this?
Yeah, that's a great question.
You wouldn't see what happened to Mai, but you'll see what happened to Leander.
10-4.
So we'll go ahead and stop right here because that is about 2 hours into it, and that's when we usually take our break. But we'll be back for part 2. Check that out. For those of you who are watching the stream, we're gonna just keep you on. You can watch us do very funny stuff. But for those of you who are watching us on YouTube, please like and subscribe. And support these lovely folks. They do really a lot. And Yesley came up with that prayer on the spot. She always does an amazing job, and she does so well with being patient with us. And hopefully, in part 2, we can go ahead.
You a great dead person.
And start the process of it. So we'll see you all in part 2.